It is a dark day in the portfolio series because today I need to draw a self portrait. There were a couple requirements for this self portrait. Number one, it needed to be drawn on a standard sized piece of paper, 6 inches by 9 inches, drawn a border. And you had to do it by looking in the mirror. So we had ourselves a bit of a situation because I have only drawn 3 human faces in the past year, including this one, and I suck at it. And the reason I don't draw human faces is not really because it's super difficult, it's just because I really dislike human faces. And it doesn't matter male, female, to me, they're just really ugly. And it is kind of a weird quirk I have, but what that essentially means is I really hate drawing faces. And I think this is the first time I've ever done a self portrait of any kind. And damn. I mean, this was painful. This was really painful. I don't know. I'm normally not this bad at drawing when it comes to observational stuff, but when it was just I think one thing that went wrong was the lighting. I had almost like the exact opposite of lighting that you would want on a portrait. So that was probably not a good call having two lights that are like behind me. But anyways, yeah, it the materials I used on this first one were also maybe not so good. I did the shading with an HB pencil, which is simply too light. Or yeah, it's too light. You can't press down and get a darker line on the Bristol board. It just won't. It won't become darker than a certain limit. So I should have used a darker pencil, but I didn't. And I also used an HB mechanical pencil for the lines, which was also probably not a good call. Really, just I didn't care that much. I figured like I'm just gonna go through this. It's gonna be whatever, and we'll move on. But unfortunately, this turned out really, really fucking bad. Like, just over the top bad. So bad that I wasn't able to justify it. I had to do better than this because of the portfolios that I saw as examples online of the two people who submitted their. Oh my god damn it. It's so bad. Anyways, of the two people who submitted their portfolios online, both of those people, their self portraits were way better than the one that I just did. So I was like, all right, let's regroup here. Watched a couple videos on drawing portraits. They didn't help a whole lot, but I decided to bust out, some different materials for blending stuff. I got the kneaded eraser out. I got a darker pencil, a 3B pencil, so that was good. And one of those like artist stump things, which is just like a roll of paper. I've never used them before, but I do have a couple that came in a drawing set that I have. So I used that to create more of a blend. And of course, the mirror setup is way better in this one because I have the paper right on the glass, and it actually makes it a lot easier to get proportions down because from my perspective, it's just my face, and then directly below it is a face, which I was drawing at the same scale, so I could just like directly measure from the glass with my pencil and then put it onto the page, which made it way, way easier. It's still 100% drawing yourself in the mirror, but it's just suddenly we have a much, much easier. I got like a pillow behind, so it's an easier angle, and I wasn't trying a 3/4. I was just going dead on, like just straight pose, nothing fancy. I don't have the skill to pull it off. So yeah, I was just trying to pay attention to the value. This one I think I spent actually a little less time than the first one. Still over an hour, but a little less than the first one. And really, it's not very good either. But it does pass. It crosses the line between abject terrible and bad but acceptable. Uh, so yeah, I think I'm really glad I didn't end up using the first one. That would have been a that was just simply not going to cut it because that was definitely worse than the other two people who made their portraits, and there's no way I'm going to be able to have any confidence in my portfolio if everything I do is not at least as good or better than the example. So yeah, you can see there we go, self-portrait done. Bit of a comeback here. So moving on, next episode, who knows, one of the last remaining four. Thank you for watching.